Welcome back to another edition of Myth Badger videos. This time we're going to take a look at a simple gear with idler to understand some of the mechanics of how it works. In this case, you'll notice that I've got three gears in series. I've got a 60-tooth, a 12-tooth, and a 60-tooth gear, all arranged in a row with each other. And each one of them has been marked with tape so that way you can follow along with their rotation. So first things first, which ones are input, which ones are output? Well, when we have three gears, it becomes a little more interesting to identify the gears. Not hard, just interesting. Again, as we've said before, our input gear is going to be the gear where the power is put into the system. So wherever my handle is, that becomes my input or drive gear. But then what do we do about these two? Well, output is where the power comes out, and since these are all connected in a row, the power is usually at the opposite end. So this is where power exits the system, which makes this our output gear or our driven gear. But what about this middle one? Well, we call that middle one an idler gear. It is not used when calculating input or the gear ratio, and it's not really used when looking at input and output. It's just an extra gear that's there. You might ask, why would we do that? Well, now we have these two gears just a little further separated apart. If I used a larger gear in the middle, it'd be even more spread apart. And so an idler gear is great if you want to have everything directly connected, but you want to have a larger span of space that's covered. So now let's look at some of the other pieces. What about speed and torque? Make a prediction about what you think speed is here compared to the input. Will the output move at the same speed or a different speed? Let's turn this handle. If you predicted that the speed was going to stay constant, you are correct. When calculating this gear ratio for a simple gear with idler, we look only at the input and the output. In this case, the input and output are the same size, so we have a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning our speed and torque are going to be constant. The idler gear is not calculated in that, even though you may have noticed that the idler gear is definitely moving faster than either of the other two. Again, we're looking at input and output, so that's why it's a 1-to-1. With the idler gear, the other big thing we want to look at is the direction that these two gears are turning. So does the output gear turn in the same or opposite direction compared to the input? If you predicted that the input and output would turn at the same direction, you were good. Now, the idler gear does turn in the opposite direction, but if we treat this as two separate systems, these two are opposite, these two are opposite, which means that these two are going to move the same. What do you think would happen if we added a fourth gear to the system? Would the input and output turn in the same direction or opposite directions? If you predict that a fourth gear here might turn at an opposite direction to the input, you are correct. Because if this one's turning in an opposite direction, then that one's going to turn in an opposite direction too. So we can actually make a really good rule about this. With an idler gear, if the total number of gears is odd, the input and output turn in opposite direction, or in the same direction. If the total number of gears is even, input and output will turn the opposite direction. So even, opposite, odd, the same direction. And that's a useful rule of thumb to use when anytime you have multiple gears all directly connected in a simple gear train. Besides that, the direction of travel is reversible, and the flow of power is also reversible. But there's one more interesting thing to observe. what happens if I put this here? Now, this is my input, but which one's my output? If you're thinking that both of these become the output, you are correct. I now have two outputs in this system, and because I'm connected to a smaller gear, the outputs are actually moving at a different speed and torque compared to the input. Now, this could be useful if I want to have outputs in two different directions, but I've only got enough space to have a single input gear. So it's another value in multiple gears, but it does change things. I no longer have an idler gear because this is a simple gear, this is a simple gear. I just happen to have a single input controlling both. To make this an idler gear, I would have to add another gear here, here, or in both spots. Then I would actually have a simple gear with idler again. One more interesting aspect. If I take this out and I move it over here, what do you think is going to happen to the speed and torque if this gear becomes my input? Let's see what happens. In this case, I now have two different gear ratios going on. I have a 1-to-1 gear ratio between these two and a 1-5 gear ratio here. So I have a single input, two outputs, and both outputs have a different speed and torque. So there's a lot of configurations you can make when we're connecting all these gears together, and playing around with something like this allows you to understand how they work. Thank you for watching. We'll be making some more gear videos, so feel free to hit that subscribe button to keep up with them or any other tutorial here at Myth Badger Videos.